listening to Season 3 of the Boze Know, the podcast where we will talk to students, teachers, staff, administrators, and more to share their stories from the world of education. I'm your host, Mr. Boze, and I hope you enjoy this podcast. So today's podcast, we have some very special guests from the cast of Putnam County Musical Theater's Little Mermaid in studio to tease the show, talk about the show, and wherever our conversations might take us. So thank you for joining me, and introduce yourselves to our listeners as your student name and as your character name.
Hi, I'm Lily, and I play Atina in The Little Mermaid.
I'm Rasheen, and I play the pilot in The Little Mermaid.
I'm Taylor, and I play Flounder in The Little Mermaid.
I'm Lucas, and I play Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid.
Wonderful. So thank you all for joining me. So, of course, the Boze Knows always starts out with 3 introductory questions. Your first one is, what is your favorite school story or tradition? But since we're talking musical theater, you could also talk about your favorite theater tradition if you wish.
My favorite theater tradition is the haunted stage. It's been like something we've done every year, and it's super fun and chaotic at the same time and stressful. But at the end of the day, it always kind of turns out as like a good thing.
I think Rasheen disagrees.
My favorite tradition that we do in theater is maybe after the shows going out to eat with the rest of the cast and just hanging out afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar to Rasheen. I really like the chances to actually get to hang out with all the people in the cast and just do a little bit of like, quote unquote, like cast bonding. Just getting to hang out with everybody.
I was going to say the same thing as well, but more specifically after our last show, whatever we choose to do, because it's always just something random.
Yeah.
Good cast party or a good late night round of Steak and Shake, because it's the only place open, is always good. Alrighty, so next is, if you could have a superpower, which one would it be, and why?
I'll go first. I would choose speed, because if we're thinking like A-Train or the Flash, right? To go that fast, you also have to be really durable, right? You're pretty much invincible. And then going that fast, you might as well have super strength, right? So it's kind of a 3-in-1 superpower.
Okay.
Yeah. See it.
That's what I had always said. I always said either super speed or like, not omniscience, but just like a lot of knowledge. Just have the answers to everything. Know everything. So I guess, yeah, kind of omniscience. Just like know everything at all times and just be really smart.
So like Genie without being trapped in the bottle?
Yeah.
I think if I had a superpower, it'd probably be telekinesis. I like the idea of like moving things with my mind and being able to fly and whatnot.
Okay. If I had to pick, mine would probably be like, what was the word you said? The big one?
Omniscience?
That thing. I just want to be able to know everything and all of the things.
Very, very interesting. My thing with telekinetics, though, is kind of like, at what range does one have telekinetic powers?
Yeah.
True, because you're going to be awful. You can only lift that calculator.
Because like if it's short range, it's like, okay, so you're just too lazy to get off the couch and get the remote control. But like if you've got a little more range, it's like, okay, I can move that rock off that mountain over there. Like it's a weird...
I have a wide range.
I can sit on my couch and move the pyramid. Alrighty, so last question, of course, is quality, integrity, respect. Which one and why?
Definitely respect. Respect gets you a long way. Like, you have to have a lot of quality and integrity to be respectful and to get respect.
I agree with Lily in that aspect. I think respect plays a big part in how people are treated today.
I'm going to say quality, because I think if you're giving out something of quality, you're trying your best, you're fulfilling all the goals that were set for you, and in turn, I feel like you will get respect for giving it your all and just doing everything in your power to produce quality work.
I was going to say a similar thing. I think they all kind of go hand in hand, but quality in specific, depending on what qualities you focus on. I mean, you have integrity, you show respect, you get respect.
All right. I like all of that. So let's change gears. Let's start talking about the show a little bit. And first, I'll tell the listeners, we have a lot more of our QI Roberts students that are involved with this. We just have our senior crew here because they're the ones not currently taking a standardized test.
Womp womp.
So let's start out with it's Little Mermaid. So, but it's Little Mermaid Jr. So kind of, let's talk about for people who have watched Disney's The Little Mermaid, like what's the same, what's different, what can people expect when they come to see The Little Mermaid?
I think you could expect a lot more musical numbers than you would in like the original movie. There's a lot more characters, I feel like, and you kind of just build it. It really is like it being adapted on stage.
Yeah, I think a lot of characters get more stage time than screen time. Specifically, Ariel's sisters are in a lot more than they are in the movies. For the movies, you just see them in the very beginning, and they're like kind of not talked about after that. But specifically in Little Mermaid Jr., they do play a little bit more of a role in the actual story.
And things go a lot quicker in the juniors because it's just musical after, like, song after song after song that, like, tells the story rather than a bunch of dialogue that, like, makes it slow down.
I think actual differences between the movie and the stage adaptation, Ursula in ours doesn't turn into a human, but you're still getting the same plot. And then something I find interesting, because we all strive to match the Broadway version or the movie version, but you still get a little bit of a difference because everybody knows the story, but there's going to be a little bit of difference and a little interpretation on our part that can make it different.
Yeah. See, that is the biggest difference. It's like the ending.
Yeah.
Like it has the same meaning behind it, but it's definitely portrayed in kind of a different way than the movie.
So is it portrayed differently from the movie because that's just how the staged version is, or is it specific to the fact that this is a junior production? Or is that the only one that's available?
I haven't seen. I haven't actually watched the Broadway version, so
I feel like it's just the stage version rather than it being a junior version.
I think the Broadway version does have, because I think it's a big difference in production wise.
Yeah.
Like making it easier for a junior version to do this. I think the Broadway version might be a little more theatrical and larger, but I think it's the same premise. I'm not sure. I don't think Ursula turns into a human. I think that whole plot point is gone in the Broadway version as well.
because the whole ending is she uses Ariel's shell to kind of like hypnotize him, and then they go on the ship and almost get married, but then Scuttle gets a bunch of like sea creatures and tries to stop them from getting married.
Let's do a little mid-podcast ad break for the show. So give us your best sales pitch and all of the details about the upcoming performance.
Shows are from December 5th through 8th. 5th is a Thursday. The 8th, it ends on a Sunday. The Thursday, Friday, and Saturday all start at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday starts at 2:30 p.m. There's also school shows Thursday, Friday in the morning.
Tickets are $15 in advance at Ross House of Flowers and $20 at the door. Do you like love and romance and sea creatures and birds and jellyfish?
Do you like tap dancing and salsas
And singing?
and singing?
Because
Yes.
we got it all at the Little Mermaid at Jim Pignato's Theater.
Woo, woo.
Boom.
CL Overturf.
Awesome. So let's kind of talk about or share whatever stories you want to about this particular production process. So we're recording this, 4 weeks
Yeah.
from opening night, roughly. So you're, late stages of polishing choreography,
Yeah.
getting yelled at to be off book.
Yeah.
I think most everybody's off book, right?
Oh yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most
Nobody's
part.
really called line in a while. I think everybody's pretty good.
I think the biggest issue we have now is just remembering things, especially with songs.
And people
Yeah.
not showing up
Cues.
to rehearsal.
Yeah.
Same two people. we have.
Just out them like that.
I never said any names. We have everything blocked besides dances.
Yeah.
We're just in the final stages of refining everything and smoothing everything out and getting it in our brains.
And this is like the first year we've ever gotten costumes a month in advance,
Yeah.
which is
Weird.
helping a lot. But also we've like found a lot of setbacks with costumes and quick changes and being able to dance and move in costumes. So it's good that we have them now.
Yeah.
That's always good. I remember my musical theater days. We did not Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. And the first time everybody put on their forks and spoons, they're like, I can't get through the door. I'm too tall. So we had to figure all that out.
We have some cool costumes for the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
I'm so
they're
excited.
really
They're
neat.
nice.
skin tight. They are pretty tight. These ones are like, they're hard to move in a lot.
Mine's great. Mine's
Mine's
just heavy.
great.
You know what, Taylor? You look like duct tape, so
I look cute. My costume's cute.
you do look cute.
So, all right, you guys brought up costumes. What's your favorite?
Oh, Sebastian's. Sebastian's is
Oh, no.
Scuttles is so much better.
Minus the claws on Sebastian. They're not my personal favorite. The claws, I think, are a bit tacky for the
think the
costume.
They're
claws
changing
make
them.
it.
So
I
it's
just
fine.
think
claws
the
do make it, but they look like
costume-
hearts.
I think the costume itself is so cool. Like the little details it has. I just think it's such a neat take on the character. I think it fits how Peter is trying to play Sebastian too. I think it really helps solidify his Sebastian.
I think Chef Louis actually gets the like top of this.
I
It's
haven't
such a
seen
bland
this.
costume, but like it's just so funny.
I wish he was bigger.
I wish so too. We need to put both of the suits on him. The fat suits.
For reference, we're talking about fat suits.
Yes.
Scuttle has a fat suit,
Very
A fat suit.
and
And
it's
Scuttle's
awesome.
the bird, right?
Yes, Scuttle is the seagull. Yes.
I think also like all of the Under the Sea costumes are kind of cool. Like they're all unique in their own way.
Yeah.
And
Unique is a word. Yeah.
they're funky. They're a wee bit funky. And the Mercer sisters too. We're all the same but different. Like we all have the same outfits, but we're all like slightly different.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the story, though, right? You're all the same. You're just sisters, but you
Yeah.
have. I mean, even in Hamilton, the three sisters are wearing the same. They're in ball gowns. They're just different colors.
It becomes
And
an
different,
identity.
different fullness that kind of I think coresponds to their age to show like the younger one is in a smaller dress and the oldest one is in a bigger dress. So
Costumes work so like crazily. Like they show such a story on their own sometimes.
oh, absolutely, and the big interplay between costumes and lighting too, because like you light a really good looking costume wrong and it's just gonna look horrific.
Yeah.
But if your costume design, if you're building the show from scratch, right? If your costume designer and lighting designer work together, they can really work stuff out. Especially with the way like certain colors pop under certain lighting colors.
Oh yeah.
Be it blacklight effects or, everybody's got red tones. So when you turn on the red, the stage looks extra angry versus if everybody's in a blue tone and then it's, is calming. So it's awesome. So, all right. Favorite scene
Ooh.
or song, but I guess those kind of go together.
Okay, this one no one's gonna know when I say it because it's not in the original version of The Little Mermaid, but she's in love.
Oh.
This song
He
it's
is in love.
it kind of
It's
eats.
Flounder's song.
Excuse you? It's Flounder.
It's
Okay.
Flounder's
Yeah.
song. The Merce sisters got their song. This is Flounder's song.
True, y'all have y'all's
Absolutely
own
not.
song, so I can claim this one. It's
Can
my
we share
song.
it? Because we get the first half and then you have the second half.
But who's really the showstopper here?
Us, obviously.
She didn't even know it was love to the second
It's
chorus.
it's
didn't
6
even
to
know.
1 here. But yeah, She's in Love is such like it's so musically great. Like there's harmonies and there's like it's upbeat and fast and there's like a cute little dancey dance and Flounder. Yeah, I love She's in Love.
And this is probably like the people's choice, but I'd probably still go with Under the Sea. I think there's so much like going on, and it's so like bright, loud, fun, just everything goes so well together. And it,
Plus
it just
Peter's
looks so
voice.
well. Yes, and Peter.
yes.
Love Peter.
Love Peter.
He does so good in all of his songs. Oddly enough, I think one of my favorites, purely just because I think it's fun to sing, is Les Poissons.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like that one too.
It's just fun. I'm not even on stage for that one, but it's
My heart starts
just
beating.
a lot of fun.
It's like so fun that you're like singing and you're
going
like
pitter-patter.
bouncing. Yeah.
What's the song?
Les
Les
Poissons.
Poissons.
It's Chef Louis' song.
Okay.
Not in the original movie either.
Oh, no, yes it is. Yes it is.
I thought Les Poissons.
No,
Just
no,
the
no.
beginning part
Yeah,
is.
just the beginning of Les Poissons.
Poissons.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah. I like human stuff. I still.
That one's so cute. I like that stuff.
But scene specific, I'm biased towards. I like the scene I get washed up in. I think it's funny. It's supposed to be serious, but
It's not serious at
His
all.
dogs are out.
not anymore.
Word.
Oh.
Sadly enough.
That's sad.
Not anymore.
Why not?
Dang it.
It's not real. It's not real if the dogs aren't out.
Yeah. You know what they say.
Oh, is this when you fall off the ship and
And
Yeah.
wash
Ariel
up on
drags them.
shore?
Yeah. If we're talking scene specific, I think my favorite is right after we get done performing She's in Love, where King Triton's like, oh my gosh, who is she in love with? And Founder's just like, really scared of him. He's like, I don't know. And his little pun, and he just runs off.
I also like your one scene where you're like, I'm not a guppy.
Don't be a
very
guppy!
funny.
Don't be a guppy!
Scene specific. Mine would probably be
Under
the
the
ending
sea.
where we all come together. Nope.
Scene specific.
Oh.
Never mind.
At the ending when we all come together and like the whole ending thing with Ursula and her scream.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing is just I feel like I'm watching it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. It'll be cool when sliding comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always changes a lot.
I like Kiss the Girl as well. I think that's fun.
Kiss
Yeah.
is very
I feel
cute.
like it's kind of
Go
bland.
on and
It's bland.
kiss
I think the lights will
girl.
definitely.
yeah,
just
I think
help
we
it.
just have to
and
wait for lighting.
costumes and everything. else.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
We're trying to convince Mr. P to let us do a run through in costumes, but he's being very particular about the costume.
Yeah. Well, his reasoning right now is that there's still a lot going on with them.
Yeah.
A lot of alterations going on, and so
That's
Mine are
true.
done. I
We
can
still
just
have
put
to
them on.
rehearse a little
Lily.
bit. So he
Yeah.
probably doesn't want people stressing about costumes.
Well, and you also that first run through in costumes brings a lot of energy, and you don't want to.
That
You
guy-
don't want to.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to
Forward
waste that
stuff.
too early. You gotta wait until the moment where everybody feels like it's not gonna happen, and this is gonna be a horrible show, and that you might have to delay it, and then
This happens every
you
time.
turn. Yeah, it's almost like
don't
it's
have
part
a
of
show,
high
guys.
school theater. That it's
I am-
every director everywhere has the exact same spiel they give every show.
I don't know how many times last show Mr. P was like, we're going to have to cut it, guys. It's going to have to be cut.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
The number of times I heard I don't know if this show's gonna happen. It's just we're just gonna have to.
Or it's it'll be fine, guys. We're so far behind, but it'll be fine, guys.
We might have to cut the lift section. None of y'all are getting it right.
Our choreographer is funny.
She's awesome. I do like that they did let us like try on the costumes so early though, because I think it helped.
It
I think
did.
I could see a difference in the rehearsals from before and after it. For me specifically, it did really help me kind of find the character. I think I just needed to see it. I needed that visual of me in that costume. I was like, okay, I
In
got
this
it.
show, we have 17 new kids.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh,
have a lot of
17 new
kids.
kids.
No,
The
17's a bit excessive.
No,
No,
it was. It's like
it's
majority of the
16,
cast is
17.
new.
it started off at 21, and then some people left.
Really?
hmm
Wow.
So
okay.
I think,
It's awesome. New blood's always good.
yeah, it's been a learning
Learning
Process.
progress.
like a curve, learning curve.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the word.
And I think getting costumes early kind of put them in the mindset. I don't think too many people cared that much, but I think for anybody, costumes are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Rasheen and Lily both play multiple characters.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
saying,
we do.
we should talk about character
I want to know
specifics.
who y'all's favorite character to be is, or which ensemble number you're in is your favorite.
I like being a Mer's sister a lot more. I'm either a Mer's sister. Actually, I lied. Being in the contest and being just a princess is the funniest
might be
thing.
my favorite
Actually,
scene.
I think
Oh,
I,
I
take
forgot
it all
about that
back.
scene, yeah, I
the
think-
contest is my favorite scene. Being a stupid, dumb, like think of like a typical doesn't know anything, P for brain princess, and that is who I am in this. and it's the funniest thing ever.
It's funny watching all your like side stage.
Yeah,
It's so
it's just
everybody's
like
laughing.
you're allowed to just like laugh during that. Like it's okay to look stupid, and so it's just so fun to be a princess. So that has to be my favorite character.
So the stage version of the scene from Wreck-It Ralph 2 where Penelope falls into not Penelope. Yeah, Penelope falls into the room with all the other Disney princesses, and they're like, "Do you have a song?
yeah.
Do creatures talk to you?" And she's like, "Do y'all need help?"
I think for me, I like being a chef, but I think for like my favorite would probably being one of the seagulls. I feel like I get to be a lot more like silly and just like all over the place. That I don't really get to be as silly being like the pilot or just being the pilot or like in Under the Sea. It's more just like I'm dancing in Under the Sea versus like in human stuff and like the other numbers where I'm a seagull. It's just I'm silly. I'm a bird. Like I'm not myself. Say that.
What's your favorite part about your character, Taylor?
Favorite part about my character?
The mohawk.
Not my mohawk, that's
The
for
yellow.
sure. That's kind of a hard question. I do really like that he's just constantly fascinated with his surroundings. Like Founder is just constantly just finding joy in like everything that's around him, and he is very jumpy and very skittish, but he does find light in things. Like he's just genuinely happy. Like Ariel shows him this cool little fork, and he's like, I don't even know what this is, but this is really cool because you like it, so I'm gonna like it too. And he's just very supportive, and I think Founder's just a very cute character.
What about you, Lucas?
What about you?
Thank you guys for asking. I love how basic the trope is with my character. I love how it's just I want a girl that's different from every other girl. You know? I think that's just silly, and I like to try and portray that. And I also love what he wants because that's also just so simple. He wants to be on the sea. He wants to be free.
He wants a girl that can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the thing that you talk about?
You ever
Flutter kick.
try to take a princess sailing?
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
sailing.
joke.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Boze? What are you looking forward to and seeing in The Little Mermaid the most?
Oh,
Good question. We took over your podcast.
honestly, my favorite part about any musical theater, especially non-professional, because when you go see a professional Broadway show, I feel like there's a different dynamic there, right? They're putting on the show for you as the audience member. So like when I go to see a professional show, I'm looking for enjoyment for myself. Like occasionally I like a serious show, but I'm mostly like, give me some good show tunes that I'm gonna sing all the way home. Like that's what I want out of a show. Like I can appreciate the dark ones. Like I'm a big fan of Les Mis, but like that's not like if you're just like I want to vibe with musical theater. You're not like, you know what I want to listen to? I want to listen to Stars. Like that's just not. But like Six on the other hand, like that's you can just rock out to that all you want.
Six is a banger.
But seeing like a community theater, you know, a more amateur where that dynamic works both ways. That's what I love about it, is seeing how much fun and joy everyone on stage is having and watching that infectiousness with the audience. Because as someone who did a lot of theater, worked in professional theater, like I know both sides and like I know what that experience you all are going through is like. So watching, for me, that's the highlight, seeing the show come together, seeing the audience, like seeing that energy interplay between like y'all do something and then the audience gives you that energy back and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. This is amazing. That's fun for me. And I also love after I'd let you guys greet the crowd afterwards because that's always nice. Like
I love going out and seeing
That's
people,
so
and they're always
fun.
like, "You did so good, and you look so pretty," and I'm like, "Yes, I did that."
I love it when people take pictures of me or like little kids.
Oh yeah, I love the little kids
Oh,
shows.
I'm so excited for that. It's
We
my
have a-
first like
we have
real like a show with the
Oh, yeah.
like act like that's marketed towards kids because Drowsy Chaperone was not. I'm really excited for the
And
little kids.
the school shows are sold out. Like
Yeah.
we're bringing
there's
in
people
extra
on the waiting
chairs.
list.
Yeah.
There's a waiting list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. P said there was like 1,000 kids on the waiting list.
It's gonna be hectic.
Y'all can tell me if this is specific to me.
Uh-huh.
All I can think about when I'm seeing a high school show is the love triangles that are happening backstage.
Oh yes. Oh, the backstage
All I can think
drama.
about is drama.
It's always like
I
this person likes this person, but this person doesn't like that
I do
person
think
because
about
of this.
that.
You see two people that are scene partners, you're like,
Oh,
Do they
everybody's
actually
mad
like
at
each
both
other?
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's one thing that'll always give an actor away is their eyes. Specifically, I went to go see a high school production of Ride the Cyclone, and I couldn't tell if this one person was doing this one thing in character or if it was just because she was just not having a good day or something. But you could see the way the other actors were looking at her and the way she was looking at the other actors that it was not in character. And it was just their eyes.
Yeah.
The eyes are important. I'll close with this because the studio is about to be inundated with people looking for calculus help here soon. So, in my production of Music Man, I was nicely.
You got trouble.
That I didn't. No, that's
Make it double.
that's Music Man. I said Music Man. I meant to say guys and dolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the horse right here.
Yeah. So the ending scene where they're in the mission and Nicely's doing his song. I sang the second verse first. And like this was during the run. So you know you've sung the song like 14 million times up to this point. And I just remember locking eyes with the band director who's conducting the orchestra, and she's just looking at me like, what are you gonna, like, one hand on the script ready to turn back like 4 pages in the music. And I'm just like, 3 seconds feels like 30 minutes in your head as you're processing through like, okay, wait a minute, what am I gonna do?
This is the same with dance for us. Like, we worked on one dance for 12 hours this weekend. And it was like 30 seconds at a time. And it felt like 10 years.
Yeah, we had a tech in college. We had called it 10 out of 12 because we were in the theater for 10 hours out of 12 for that first tech rehearsal where you run through with lights and sound and everything together. And it's just that, a minute, stop. 30 seconds later, stop.
Yeah.
1 minute later, stop, go back, take it from. All right, we're gonna do all that again. So, all right, so everybody, listeners, you got to see a little bit of behind the curtain, and we swapped some musical theater stories. I'm gonna pass it off to these lovely cast members to give you one more sales pitch for all the details about the upcoming show before we wrap today.
Okay, so come see The Little Mermaid at Seal Over Turf at the Jim Pignato Theater.
You'll have lots of fun. There's singing, dancing, and more.
Shows are December 5th through 8th. That is Thursday through Sunday.
Tickets are $15 in advance from Ralph's House of Flowers,
Ralph's
House of Flowers, and then $20 at the door.
Come see us.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I just waved at the microphone.
So this is in Palatka, so if you're anywhere in that area, make sure you check it out. It's always a great performance by these kids and the other kids in Putnam County, because this is a combined effort from all of the high schools in the county, so it's always great to see them working together. So I can't let you go because I always have to ask my seniors I have on the podcast, what's next?
Psychology and behavioral science at FSU. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully becoming a real estate agent and selling some nice houses.
I would like to become a meteorologist.
I would like to be a physical therapist.
Wonderful. So best of luck as you all finish your applications and take the long 2-month wait to find out what that is.
I got into a college already, so I have a plan.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining me, taking time out of your day. Listeners, again, check out the show, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Listeners, if you like the podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast player of choice so you don't miss out on future episodes, and please share with your friends. Until next time, excellence in all endeavors.